The Dalai Lama once said, "The roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation for goodness." But sometimes, roots do not need soil at all, and the appreciation for goodness can begin at a very early age. A wonderful example of this is Aeroponics. Join Primetime News Network now on a journey through the application of aeroponics and its effect on one community in Middle Georgia.
We're trying to introduce our kids at an early age to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and really getting them engaged in careers. The traditional careers that you have kids say that they want to be doctors and lawyers and policemen and firemen and those kinds of things. And one of our principals let me know earlier this year that she was excited to hear the first elementary age kid talking about being in the engineering area or being in a science field. And so it's really about educating our kids about the opportunities that are out there and how important science and technology, engineering, and mathematics are to our livelihood.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STEM for short, is one of the most important initiatives in education today. Elementary students who may once have been only dreaming about becoming astronauts are now learning realistic pathways that will turn those dreams into reality. Programs like Aeroponics, being utilized in Houston County, Georgia schools, are teaching science, technology, engineering, and mathematics through hands-on experience. At the same time, students are learning to fight hunger issues in their own backyards.
I think it's very important, especially from where my school is coming from, like where it's at and how many families we have from low-income houses. I think it's more access for them, so it's a better place for them to be.
Before crop rotation and a greater application of common sense, soil erosion in the United States had become a serious problem. Alternatives were quickly being developed. In the 1920s and 30s, universities began to look at hydroponics and aeroponics. These futuristic ideas grew fruits and vegetables without using any soil at all. Unfortunately, they did not capture the more grounded mentality of the era. Serious experimentation in growing without soil remained in textbooks as farmers continued to utilize the nutrients of the earth to nurture their crops. Not all let ideas like aeroponics be forgotten. NASA saw the soilless technology as a perfect scientific strategy to grow food and create oxygen while filtering out carbon dioxide in space stations and even future space colonies on other celestial hosts. Now, in the 21st century, as space stations really do experiment with aeroponic gardens, school children from elementary to high school are learning the benefits of growing food without any soil at all.
The opportunity for us to have an aeroponics garden, our first aeroponics garden at a high school was here at Northside High School. And so that's the beginning of a relationship that we hope will provide us an opportunity to install the aeroponics garden at all of our schools eventually.
Organizations like Ellis Jackson Farms and Impact.org are finding ways to teach the next generation about aeroponics. Other organizations like Americans for Schools are developing intelligent funding strategies that will allow an entire community to help fund science, technology, engineering, and math initiatives, sometimes without feeling hardly a pinch.
Parents can proactively get involved. These small problems should not have existed to begin with. How come that happens that there is 1,800 students in a classroom and 6 of them or 12 of them go hungry while we are one of the most generous nations in the world? So, and we all want to do the right thing. So it's the time I think the message should be, it's not about doing the right things anymore. It should be about doing the right things right. If one message I can take by illustrating, by implementation of aeroponics is just one of them. It's a technology. We are trying to find bigger solutions. So if one message, if I could say, would be to do the right things right.
Americans for Schools has teamed with Discover to develop a debit card where 1% of every purchase that is made with the card goes directly to the schools in the desired district of the user, funding aeroponic towers, iPads, anything that will help the leaders of tomorrow develop their skills today. Welcome to Westside Gardens at Westside Elementary School. Located in an economically challenged area of Warner Robins, Georgia, here students are farming their own vegetables in aeroponic farms, then serving the produce in their own cafeteria.
Honestly, my opinion, it's great because they don't have to keep on have to pay money to get food, and instead of paying money, they have their own system right here where they can grow tomatoes, bell peppers, pumpkins, anything, and it's awesome.
As you can see, right now it looks like it's raining. It's raining a big lot, so these tomatoes could get what they need, and so they could grow properly.
Once we used some of the lettuce for the salad bar, and it was actually very good.
You eat the food right here at the school?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
It actually feels kind of good. I can't wait until the winter comes so we can eat a lot of more good fruit that we haven't ate before.
Everybody wants to know about Westside Gardens. We have people come in just to see what it's all about. Just last week I had one of the school board members, he came by, he said, I want to see Westside Gardens because I hear so much about it. And I brought him here and I took him on a tour of it, and I mean, it's just amazing. And most people, when they come and when they see it, they're amazed. I mean, you know, who wouldn't be with an aeroponic tower that actually grows fruits, vegetables, I mean, lettuce, herbs, bell peppers, tomatoes. I mean, it is awesome. I'm very proud of Westside Gardens because my students love it and they're learning. It is helping with our STEM education, the science, the technology, the engineering, the mathematic parts of the Westside Gardens, what it is doing. It has helped the climate of the school because the kids have ownership. They're doing it from scratch. They have actually seen it from a little seedling to seeing it inside of their homes. It can't get any better than that.
At Northside High School nearby, students are finding alternatives they can explore now with hope for their future.
Normally with ag programs and FFA and the plant science, it's in the ground. You know, you get some soil, put the plant into the ground. But with aeroponics, they're towers, like the plants are literally growing without soil, only water and the mineral solution that will normally be in soil. So it's very futuristic, it's very innovative, and it's also a way of conserving water because we use about, I don't know the exact percentage, but we use so much less water than you would use if you were planting something in the ground because it's a closed system. So it goes up the tower, down the tower, back through the system, and it goes over and over and over again.
What do you think about this program? Has it been a lot of fun learning like this?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Why do you like it?
Because Mr. Blaylock, he teaches me a lot of stuff that I don't know out there in the street life. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Aeroponics program has brought a level of excitement to our program that is second to none. Our students that we have, of course, we have a lot of inner city students. When you talk about agriculture, they think that it's all farming. They think that you, first of all, you know, you have to work on a farm or live on a farm or be engaged in farming activities. And they don't realize that aeroponics is also farming. It's a future farming or future growing type of farming process. Take a look at this particular tower here. There's a pump at the bottom of our towers, and it pumps the water all the way up to the top, and it's like a little shower cap up here at the top. Once the water comes up to the top, then it kind of has a rain effect all the way down to the bottom, and it's a closed system. and it's taking the nutrients directly to the root systems of the plant and to help create a healthier plant.
Mr. Blaylock says the program is an exciting one for his students, and the excitement goes right to the top. Houston County School Superintendent Dr. Mark Scott oversees both the North Side and West Side programs.
You know, I think a lot of times people want to help schools out and they really don't know how to help schools. And Americans for School has really figured out a way that people can go about their day-to-day living, and their purchases can actually lead to schools gaining some of those resources based on the purchases that are made, and allowing some of those funds to come to our schools.
And the momentum is carrying the project one step further. A local restaurant owner from Macon, Georgia, is buying surplus produce from the students at Westside Elementary School and serving it in her organic restaurant, Grow.
And I think that kids are more likely to try different foods and try different things that they might normally not like if they grew it themselves. And I think it's exciting to see where your food comes from, watch it every day, be able to finally experience that. I think there's just nothing like that. I mean, that used to be the standard of living when I grew up. I grew up in rural Georgia. Every meal we had was farm to table. This is what we had to eat. But now in the city especially, you don't see that as much. And you know, even with gardening, not as many people have small gardens as they used to. So I think this is just a great way to get this going and really encourage healthy eating in kids and encourage them to grow and have fun with it.
In conclusion, through the inspiration and a little perspiration from all of those involved, creative funding for innovative learning in 21st century schools, and persistent, tireless educators are helping to leave traditional ways behind in order to grow a new way of life. I'm Perry Swanson for Primetime Network News.